Welcome back, traders, to my first market outlook for index futures of 2025. It is January 5th, and we're going to be taking a look at S&P on the weekly chart here, but just to remind you that it is going to be a non-farm payroll this Friday. We did not have that last Friday, even though last Friday was the first Friday of the month. Non-farm payroll will be this week. So taking a look at the weekly, there are some sell-side liquidity below these lows and a weekly busy here, and there's also sell-side liquidity below these lows down here as well. Last week we did dip down pretty low, but we did not take out this previous low, and then we went back into the range. Now we actually created an S&T divergence here with Nasdaq. We'll soon see that later on, but right now I just want to go down and get a little bit more details on the daily chart. Now going down to a daily chart, we do have those equal lows over here, and then we have another equal low down here on a shorter term basis. Also, I drew this line here to show that we do have SMT divergence. On Nasdaq, you'll see that the swing low last week did take out the previous low. But both of these did come down into this daily busy, and I'm going to go ahead and zoom in here just a little bit. Now, I do want to get into the 4-hour chart because I'm not seeing too much here, but I do want to note the liquidity levels. The sell side is going to be below these lows. And in terms of buy side, I'm thinking I'm going to aim for this daily SIBI here. Okay, so going down to a 4-hour chart, we see a lot more detail here. We do have a volume balance here, but especially if you note these two 4-hour candles, how price went up and down, down and up. This I'm looking at as a balanced price range. I'm thinking the SMT divergence on the lows. I'm thinking price rallied up above this large 4-hour down candle. So there's a change in the shift of delivery, or sorry, there's a change in the state of delivery. So I'm thinking we're going to be looking for upward prices. Now, looking up, we did get into this 4-hour SIBI here just barely, but I don't think that's going to be enough considering that we retraded this entire down candle. I think a better target would be that daily SIBI that we saw on the daily chart. There's also a 4-hour SIBI, but I think to be safe, aiming for the daily SIBI will be the low-hanging fruit. I'm looking for some kind of retracement back into this 4-hour busy, just to reaccumulate some more and then launching the price up into that daily busy. Now moving on to Nasdaq on the weekly chart, I do have sell side noted below these lows, but I'm mainly going to focus on the sell side below these three lows right here. Now on the daily chart, you'll see more clearly how last week we did come down to take the previous swing low, but it did not take out this low, as you'll see. So we do have equal lows here, but there is a SMT divergence as well. And last week's candle, if you note the body of the candle, it is staying in the upper half of this weekly fair value gap. So going into this week, I think we could have a little bit more bullish action. So let's go ahead, go down to the daily chart and look at some upward targets. And looking at the daily, we can see that we do have sell side below these lows right here, here, and these are the three lows that I want to focus on. So let's go ahead and zoom in a bit. These three lows right here are relatively the same, although the second one and the third one, the most recent one, did take out the low of the second one. So we do have a SMT divergence in the low here, but we do also have relatively equal lows from the third one and the first one. So I'm looking at sell side below these lows here as the next target on the downside. However, we have been respecting this volume imbalance, and like I said, on the weekly chart, we've been respecting the weekly busy. So I'm thinking going into this week, we're probably going to be bullish, and any upward target that we do have, I'm looking at the daily SIBI to be the target for this week. Now taking a closer look with the 4-hour chart, you can see that we made a low here, a lower low, and a lower low, taking out the sell side liquidity below the previous swing low. And then we have a change in the state of delivery going above these down candles. And if you see this low, high, lower low, and now we've expanded above the swing high, we've created a breaker formation here as well. Same with S&P, I'm looking at these two candles as a balanced price range here where price went up and down. but it also left a 4-hour busy. So same with S&P, I'm thinking we can come back into the 4-hour busy and then accelerate up for the 4-hour target. Now I think that is a little bit too close. I think price probably want a little bit more. So I'm thinking this high right here within the daily SIBI, this makes sense for price to come into. And if we do go above this SIBI, then this high is in play. But I think the safest bet is just to aim for the swing high above here. And I'm go ahead and mark this in. I think this will be a safe target to reach for going into this week. Now, where am I going to be wrong about this? If we get through the balanced price range to the downside, then I'm thinking the sell side below here is going to be back in play. So that's going to do it for me this week. Remember, we do have non-farm payroll this Friday, so make sure you follow your protocols accordingly. I hope you all had a good start to the new year, and if you want to help kickstart my 2025, you can give this video a like, subscribe, or let me know what you want to see this year or what your New Year's resolution is, because this year I want to be putting out all sorts of content all year long. But until next time, safe trading.